well, well. What do we have missing here? Out with the old, in with the new. So this video, as you can see, I'm replacing the intake horn, getting rid of that factory intake horn and the throttle valve, and upgrading it to this H&S Motorsports intake horn. And let me tell you, this is a huge improvement. 4-inch inlet, no restrictions. So we're gonna get that on. So one thing you're gonna notice is this band it's not a normal clamp that you would normally see on an intercooler boot. This is a permanent one, which you're gonna have to cut off in order to get this boot off, so you can put this new one on. So I got that cut off with a little die grinder, and we'll get that out of the way. Oh, there's actually 2 new boots in here. Look at that, fancy. Okay, so the 2 boots, it's actually just depending on what size intercooler piping you've got, because this one obviously is not fitting, but this one does. So all depends on what size your piping is. That's a better look at it. And you got, see, these are the old clamps, which I'll have to put back on this for the intercooler side. And find the new one, it's somewhere in here. Yeah. Well, actually, there's two new clamps too, so you don't have to reuse one of the old ones. You get brand new ones. You get a new gasket, your little bracket for your dipstick. Nice new hardware. Well, actually, I think this is for, yeah, that one and this one. So, okay, well, let's get to it. All right, so we got the intercooler piping back in, and as you can see, that's soot and buildup from only 67 or 68,000 miles, and I scraped a bunch of it off last night when I took the old one off. So if you're debating on deleting your 6.7 Cummins, this should convince you a little bit. the longer you wait, the more you're going to have of this buildup. And the easiest way to describe what the EGR is doing, put on a scuba mask and connect your oxygen line to your ass and fart in it. Because that's basically what the emission systems on these trucks are doing to these engines. They're making them suck their own farts in, and it's not good for them. So, we got that. We'll put the gasket on and get the new intake horn on. And I'm not going to be putting the new a map sensor in this just yet, because I'm waiting on it to get here from Gino's. It should be here today. And hopefully today or tomorrow I'll be driving this over to the shop where I am now employed at, Diesel Automotive Group, because my clutch decided to give me the bird yesterday and say it doesn't want to go in. And I'll put a quick little clip of what that's like. So I've got my new clutch ordered, the South Bend dual disc. The part number I'll put below, but it is part number SDD 3250-GK, and that has the whole clutch kit and the upgraded hydraulics. So that'll be in on Monday, and should be in the truck by the end of next week. It all depends on what the work schedule's like and how late my boss wants to let me stay to get this done. So I'll get all that new stuff on, and I'll catch all you in a few minutes.
2 hours later.
Alright, so we've got everything back in, buttoned up really. Little tip for doing this. You can see right here, there is this little vent tube. You're going to pull that off, and it'll actually basically unscrew. If it's in there tight enough where you need a wrench, it's a 3/4, and that'll screw out. And then you can get at this back bolt here straight on. You don't have to do what I just did and dick around with it with one tooth turn at a time, trying to go in through here in between the fuel rail and the first and second fuel line. So really all I got to do is tighten this down so my dipstick is in place, and that'll be it. Then I'll give you a quick little close-up shot of everything and call it a day. Alright, that's that's in there pretty good now. Alright, so here's the finished product. H&S Motorsports high flow intake horn, 4-inch inlet going from the stock intercooler piping. Here's a better look. This is the little breather port I was talking about. And if you remove that, you can see right there is the bolt. And this kit comes with this cool little bracket for the dipstick tube. These are 8mm bolts. Take those two out. This bolt for the bracket came with the kit. Came with new clamps. I actually ended up using one of the newer ones up here on the intercooler. Another little tip. I originally had put the intake horn on and then tried to get the intercooler piping with this coupler onto the intake horn, and that wasn't working, so I ended up taking the horn back off, putting it into the coupler, and then just kind of making it go back to where it belonged over here. Also, if you just are buying an intake horn, you're not buying a kit, make sure you get a new gasket, because more than likely it is going to end up like this one, and it's gonna rip. So this is where it all ripped. It didn't come off nice and pretty. I'm sorry that turned, but oh, there's a better look at all the shit that gets pumped back into your cylinders if you have a non-deleted 6.7. So just remember, it's like sucking in your own fart. You don't want to do that. Neither does your engine. Think of the engines, kids, and upgrade your shit. Do this, do that, and back there, get all that emission shit off. Make your engine happier and yourself happier at the same time. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed.